body of a young girl has just been found.
She was a second grader. I guess that put her about 7.5, 8.
Who did this?
You intend to find out.
Do you promise me that you will?
Yes, Mrs. Larson, I promise.
Jerry, for Christ's sake, you're retiring.
Well, I'm trying to fit all the pieces together, fill in the gaps. You did have a daughter that went missing 3 years ago, didn't you?
Thought you were supposed to be fishing.
Need more time on this.
No offense, but you're retired. You don't work here anymore.
Jimmy drew a picture of a giant.
She called him the wizard. He was as big as a mountain.
I have reason to believe that she was meeting with this man seen here, and you see this big black car?
Come on, Jerry. You gotta start getting on with your life.
I made a promise, Eric. You're old enough to remember when that meant something. Beautiful little girl.
Oh, thank you. She'll be 8 next month.
Humor me, Doc. I need to know who I'm looking for.
You could expect another incident within a matter of months.
I think it might be best if you and the girl stayed out here with me for a while. I want you to promise me something. If anybody tries to talk to you, I want you to tell me. V.
5.
4.
4.
Did you promise me that you will?
I promise.
I met the wizard today.
There's no wizard, Jerry.
You don't know what you are dealing with here.
Where's Chrissy?
This guy is real, and I know it.
Chrissy! Chrissy!
Jerry!
No! I made a promise. I intend to keep it.
Whatever made you think that the Larson girl wasn't murdered by a wadna?
This did. This convinced me. Ginny's drawing. Porcupine giant. I have reason to believe, based on my conversations and interviews, that Ginny Larson made this drawing just days before she was murdered. I have reason to believe that she was meeting with this man seen here as a giant, all dressed in black, on a regular basis. This is not an Indian. This is not an Indian type. And you see this car here, this big black car? This is not a truck. This is not a maroon truck like Wadnaw drove. This is a big black station wagon. And these right here, these, according to an interview I had with a girl named Betsy Fisk, these are porcupines.
Okay, whoa, hold it. Porcupines and giants and Craig. You got to get a hold of yourself, Jerry. The case is closed.
I made a promise. I made a promise to find Ginny Larson's murderer. I intend to keep it.
Where's Chrissy? Chrissy?
Where is she? She was just right here.
Chrissy?
I'll get back to you.
Chrissy! 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 Chrissy!
She's on the swing.
Chrissy!
Don't leave me like that.
Mommy, that girl gave this to me.
Isn't it cute?
What is it?
It's a boot cleaner in the shape of a porcupine. It's made by one of our local craft artists. She makes doormats, too. Here, you want to come see? Yeah.
There's certainly, you know, one identity is slipping out the window, and I think it's not anticipated to be as strong a loss as it's going to be. So he has this opportunity to make some kind of quick reach out the window and grab it, some part of it back by participating in this last investigation and ultimately taking it on by himself. We notice his history in the military through photographs early in the picture. And it's from that structure into the structure of a police department and a homicide investigation unit. And all of those things have their own particular structures, and now he's retired to go off and fish. And it comes this opportunity to hang on to what's familiar. And he does it with all his might. As with many of the things that happen when somebody is single-minded and they're not distracted in other areas, all those things they tend to pursue otherwise come to them. and Laurie is one of those things, you know, and it's a chance to have a life. It's a chance for a certain kind of romantic connection with someone, but less of a romantic one really than two people who've had a rough road, having an opportunity to find some peace with each other and some support. Wanting to work with Jack is a big motivator. I mean, he's just a great actor and he's a great person, and it's you know, I've been lucky twice to do it, and you know, and he's got courage that other people don't have, just in what he's willing to do, you know, and in the projects he's willing to do, and he's very supportive of everybody he works with, and all of those things. So yeah, of course I needed something in the material, and that was what I'm talking about when I say, you know, that I felt like, you know, there was the angle of the retirement crisis, this obsessive need to hold on to a sense of who people are, and the kind of theme about, you know, that no good deed will go unpunished seems to resonate strongly in my experience. And so all of those things added up to make me want to make this movie. It's interesting working with him because, like I say, it is like a partnership. You know, I am given all the freedom in the world by the nature of, you know, my own demands and so on. But then, you know, this is one of the people in, you know, in my professional life who is a partner when we work together. You know, he comes into the cutting room, we sit there for days and, you know, just try to get all of his ideas and try all of them and use 85% of them, you know, because he has great ideas. My original inclination was not to cast known actors, to get some fresh faces and all of those roles. I didn't have the time. This was a bigger picture than I had done before. It was going to be very complicated. We had a lot of weather problems, a lot of geographic moves and so on, a lot of moving pieces, and a lot of money spent on those things and not enough in time. And so I needed to get home run hitters. I was not going to be able to sit there and nurse a performance out of people. And I didn't. These guys all came and gave their goods, you know. I read a lot of different actresses for that part. And I didn't think she'd want to do it originally. It never occurred to me. And I felt she was, you know, sort of too fine-featured for the part originally. And then along this line of not having much time, I knew that she was, like I referred to these other people, she is a home run hitter. She's somebody who you can rely on. When you say action, you're going to get a great performance. So I thought, well, if I just could get her messed up looking enough, just give her a little something to look like she's, you know, been through something.